wanted to make this free training for everybody, right? For my Beast Mode program, for my Spartan Gods, for anybody else I send this to, on a realization that I had right now is because I fell out of alignment, right? I fell out of alignment. And let me actually go a little bit more in depth on what alignment means, right? This is your mental and emotional state at all times, right? So I was in a very bad mental and emotional state. And guess what I did? I went on a walk. I decided, I'm in a negative frequency. I'm gonna go on a walk. And then I started thinking, and what do I always say? That you cannot you can't positively think in a negative state, right? So you're in a negative frequency, a negative place emotionally, mentally, for whatever happened. I'll give you what happened for me was I had a call scheduled with somebody. They wanted to reschedule the call like 10 minutes before the call. And I was like, oh, what the fuck? All right. And then I was like, whatever. And then I was like, all right. And then I got a message from somebody like cussing me out, right? Just going super negative with me. So those two things right there, because I was so high in a high frequency, right? I switched into a negative frequency very fast and very deeply, right? And then I went on this walk because I knew I wasn't gonna be able to help anybody. I wasn't gonna be productive. I wasn't gonna be happy. And I was going on this call. I'm like, man, I just want to be happy. I'm like, well, I'm in a negative frequency. So I guess what? I decided to run down this very street that I live on. I ran around the block because, hey, I need to get into positive action to raise my frequency. So after running around the block, huffing and puffing, takes about a couple minutes, right? I continue the walk. I begin to reflect, looking deep within inside my soul, my emotions, my head, and realizing what is going on. Taking some time on thinking, why am I in negative frequency? What are my thoughts? What are my emotions right now? Why am I being this way? And I began to realize that I was coming from the wrong place. I was coming from scarcity. I was coming from lack. I was coming from fear. I was coming from these lower places when in reality, I'm very valuable. I have no reason to be in scarcity. I have no reason to think about any of these things. Right? And neither do you, right? Unless your life is on the line, unless you're completely broke, unless you're completely, life is going shit. Like, no, if you got some shit rolling for you, you got, some good things going for you, there's no reason to act from fear or scarcity or doubt. There isn't, right? In fact, if you come from scarcity, fear, and doubt, for whatever reason, you're actually going to push away the results. Because, in fact, what brings results is attracting it, not chasing it, right? So I realized because I'm going after these goals and I have huge goals, huge ambitions, very valuable. I know a lot. I'm a hard worker. I'm very valuable. I change lives, right? I've changed hundreds of men's lives, and I'm very valuable and I know what I'm doing. I'm sure you know what you're doing as well. And whatever specialty you do, if you're a real estate agent, another coach, a business owner, or even a factory worker, a construction worker, whatever you are, you're skilled at what you do. And I was coming from the wrong place, because if you want to attract a woman into your life, people into your life, money into your life, business into your life, you need to come from a value standpoint, that you have something to give, right? You give value. The more valuable you be, the more value you give, ultimately, you will attract more money, more clients, more people, the results that you want in life, because you're giving. So you're being valuable. So it's going to attract, right? But when you're coming from a place that you have to validate yourself through proving yourself to people, or you're chasing the next deal, you're chasing more money, you're chasing whatever. You could have $1 million in your bank right now, and that could be chump change. You could have $1 billion, right? And still be coming from scarcity, because what is the definition of being poor? Being poor and coming from scarcity simply means that you don't have enough and you need more to be happy. That you need more to be successful. You need more to be fulfilled. And I'm sure you've been in this place. But in fact, that repels more money, more deals, more whatever, because you're seeking to take. You're seeking to take because you do not have enough. You could have $1 billion. You could have a very happy relationship. You could have everything in the world. But if you're coming from a place where you need more, because you're coming from scarcity, you're coming from lack, you're coming from being poor, needing more, you're going to be talking to people, whatever situation it may be, and the frequency and the energy to take away from people, right? And that isn't going to be aligned with the results that you want, right? If the result that you want is more money, more business, whatever, then you need to come from the place of being the prize, being valuable to people to solve their situation, their problems, solving it, right? And being that prize, being valuable, and whatever it is that you do, and being that and just giving, right? And so the more that you are and the more that you give, the more that you'll attract, and ultimately the more that you'll have. And I realized, because even though I'm very successful, right? Very successful, and I don't have to worry about money. I don't have to worry about anything, actually. Nobody does, really, but I'm saying my specific situation. But because I have big goals and big ambitions and this and this and this, I got into scarcity. I got into fear. Or not in fear, but scarcity and lack. That I needed more success to be happy. I need more success to be abundant. I need more success. It's basically, and ultimately, that's being selfish. I need. And it's a lack of gratitude and appreciation for the results that you have and the life that you have and who you are and everything God is and God has provided for you. But when you're coming from a place of gratitude, coming from a place of abundance, coming from a place of value, right? Ultimately, you attract more in your life, right? You attract more in your life. So coming from a place of wanting to give, really just being the prize, being valuable. So more self-work, become more, be more, become more, be more, become more, be more, become more, and give more value. And ultimately that is what's going to lead to the outcome that you want. The relationships, the business, the money that you want, right? So yes, having big ambitions and big visions and big goals, right? You need to think bigger, right? Really think bigger. If you're not 6 figures yet, think 6 figures and then think beyond that. Okay, that's going to be this year or next couple years. Then I'm going to hit 7 figures. Then think bigger than that. Okay, continue to think bigger. Okay, this relationship's good now, but what is it going to turn into? Think and just 10x it. Think bigger. Okay, but make sure, because this is something I do, and I'm a very hard worker, very disciplined, right? But it's very easy, especially when you're going after big goals, to then begin to chase, begin to operate from lower frequencies. So you're going to begin to tolerate things that you normally wouldn't. I have a client named Alex, right? Alex, because he's coming from scarcity and coming from lack, will take listings, take houses, because he does real estate, and he will put up with more bullshit because he's coming from those places. But he's in a position where he doesn't need money, that he knows he can close more deals, that he knows he's going to be successful regardless, that he can't let, taking some BS from these clients, like, is coming from scarcity. You need to set boundaries and standards, right? Within your relationships, within your business, right? Don't work with people then less than your worth, right? Unless you absolutely have to, if you're going to die without the money or without the business. But if you're in a good position, just come from value, provide more, know your worth, be the prize, and give that more and attract that, right? Give more, be more. So I simply wanted to make this video to talk about alignment, to talk about, ultimately these two things of being in line towards the man you want to be and become. And when you're in lower frequency, coming from scarcity, fear, and doubt, and being poor or whatever, in any way, because we all deal with it in our mental and emotional states, right? The awareness of it and tapping back into alignment, because that's where you're going to get the results you want, is when you're operating from a higher frequency. And also to talk about when you're going after big goals via 10, 20, 30, 40K a month, via 6 figures, via 7 figures, via, we're talking money specifically, right? When you're going after these goals, it's great to have big goals and work hard and be disciplined and do all these great things to obtain those goals. But make sure you're coming from the place of that, like, you're valuable and just give more. Don't chase money. Don't chase success, because it's easy to actually get into that position when you set such a big goal and you're validating yourself by hitting that goal, and you're proving yourself and you're chasing after that goal. So ultimately you're put into scarcity. You're coming from fear. You're coming from lack, versus acting as if and believing as if I am worth $1 million and acting as if you already have it. Then you're coming from abundance. And then ultimately you will attract that $1 million, because you're being that person that's valued at $1 million and has that standard and has that self-image and act as that person now. All right, cool guys. That's the free training. I don't know how many I'm gonna make, but I want to make these free trainings for my current clients, my followers, for people who need this stuff, right? Awesome guys. Have a wonderful day. God bless your soul. Much love. All right, guys. Peace out.